Good morning. It's on my heart to talk to you this morning a little bit more in depth about what Heartache of Promise is about. It's pretty simple, really. It's a book and a story about owning who we are, authenticity, identity, and the growth that takes, the choices we make, and the effects of those choices when we don't know who we are. Of course, the story starts out when I was 16, and at 16, most of us didn't know who we were. Instead, I'm still learning at some levels. But when you were raised, like I was, in a culture of what I call a culture of silence, it becomes very difficult to own who we are, because things that happen to me, things that happen to those around me that I know aren't okay, but I have no way of telling or why or what. I just know it's not okay, but it's not dealt with. It's repressed. It taught me to not own who I really was. And so when I grew up a little more, the story begins when I was 16 and I was into the dating game. It was. It's what we called it, a dating game. And all's fair in love and war. But it didn't create an environment, because I already didn't know how to be honest with my heart, because I wasn't allowed to be honest with what had happened around me and to me. So those choices were made without honesty to myself. And it's a story, a journey of coming out of that silence, of being freed from the repressed truth of myself. Now, I will tell you this. It's coached within a love story, because that's what it was, at different levels. And it does deal with sexuality. And if sexuality is a subject you aren't comfortable reading about, then this book isn't for you. But I've handled it very delicately, I believe. It's a soft approach to a hard subject. The hardest part of the subject is childhood sexual abuse, which this book, like I say, is a soft approach. And if you are willing to look at real relationships and how one person, myself, grew and dealt with my own sexuality, the shame within that, then it's for you. But it's coached within a story of a husband and wife. And there's that. Anyhow, the beautiful thing is, although I had many repressed truths that I needed to face, God brought me one step at a time. He showed me how I could love when I didn't know how I could love and still honor Him. Now, we've all made mistakes. We've all had wounds. There's things we don't like about what we've done or how we've handled life. But you know what? God is so awesome. And I hope by the end of the reading or listening to Heartache of Promise that you will be blessed, and that your growth and your concept of God and how He works in every situation for every person uniquely will be reaffirmed, and that you'll be encouraged by this. So enjoy. And if you have any more questions, you're welcome to contact me through my website. It's meritaatherlyengen.com. meritaatherlyengen.com. And there's a contact page there. I'd love to hear from you.